Okay, question.
Right.
Do you know what it meant when I would say, is it raining today?
Okay, hold on, because I have a question for you. Am I going to get the answer to this question?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll get the answer for this one.
Okay, go ahead. What was it again? Special postseason BB Can show with, I'm gonna say, your favorite. And I know I always say your favorite when we start, but you all know that we all know that this is really our favorite. Adam, we have so much to get to on this show. Of course, we're gonna be taking your guys' questions, but let me let you know first, if you've missed any of our past shows with any of the house guests, all of our content from any of the past 7 seasons of Big Brother Canada, it's all over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. And if you guys are watching this back after the fact, you should have been watching it live over on YouNow. Make sure you head to yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow, become a fan there so you're alerted when we go live, like tomorrow when we'll be live with Sam. Thursday is our Amazing Race show. Friday we'll be live with Esty. I believe Saturday marks Sunday Damien. So make sure you become a fan over there now so you're alerted and can hang out in the chat when we are live. Of course, become a patron if you want to help support our shows. yourrealityrecaps.com/patron for access to the patron-only group, weekly shows just for patrons, prize giveaways, and of course, the after shows with the house guests, like the one we're going to do with Adam after this show. And lastly, if you want to help support totally for free and you have Amazon shopping to do, make sure you check out yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. You don't pay any more, just start at that link. And if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up and subscribe, hit that bell, leave a comment below. iTunes 5-star rating and a nice review. We really appreciate it. Everyone, it keeps us bringing you guys shows all year long. That being said, let's get to the man we all want to hear from. It's Adam!
Hey.
Adam, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I am doing wonderful, Adam. And I just have to say, on behalf of everyone, we're very mad at you for not winning.
So close, man. We actually just powered through the whole season. We're on the third last episode, and Dane just won the second last HOH.
Well,
kills me, man. It kills me.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, look, this show is all about your fans. They are all here. It is all about them asking their questions, and I'm going to try and get as many of them into you right now as I can. So let me let everyone know you can tweet us your questions with hashtag YRRLive. You can leave them in the chat. We have Lindsay producing, grabbing them for you guys. Of course, spread the word. Let everybody know that we're live right now. Use the megaphone, square, whatever it is. You guys do it. And Adam, in the tradition of everyone else this season, has graciously agreed, #1 fan, autograph or Skype call. The choice is yours. All right, Adam, I just feel like I need to get the main chunk of what I think your questions are going to be out of the way right from the start. So, when are you and Sam having babies? When are you going to get married? When are you going to propose? Where are you going to propose? Oh my God, you're so good looking. Oh my God, Sam is the best. Oh my God, we love you. You're the best. We love you. Okay, got it. Now we're just going to pretend like Adam answered all those, and we're going to move on. No, here's what I want to do, because I really want to address this. A lot of people are like, why aren't Adam and Sam on together? Bring them on together. I like to have you guys on separately so that people can just focus on your game. But maybe we'll win over Adam and win over Sam. And at the end, when we're done with the whole cast, maybe then you guys can come back and we'll do a fun couples show.
We definitely do that.
I was going to say, I don't want to say couples if you're not a couple, but we'll say.
Definitely a couple, yeah.
I don't want to put labels, Adam. I don't want to put labels. All right, let's jump right into some of your questions. I want to start with what I really do think is one that you're probably getting from everybody. But let's say you made it into the position where you could pick someone to bring to the final 2 out of the pretty boys.
Yeah.
who would that have been for you?
That would have been 1,000% Daners. Dane was my boy. We made a final two. I'm a huge fan of this show, and I wanted to go in there and change the game. You know, every single year, everyone always takes the person they think that they can beat, but not Adam Pike. I wanted to take the best person that could sit in that final chair next to the other best person and just change the game of Big Brother Canada. And that would have been an amazing season. And, you know, when I walked into that jury house, they told me that if I would have brought Dane, they would have voted me to win. But
you think, though? Do we believe them?
I don't know. That's what they told me. Sam was in there putting in work. And when they revealed me to the jury house, they all looked at me and they thought that that would have been the baddest move of the season, taking the next best player to the finals. It would have been a close call, but
it would have been. It would have been. All right, look, I realize now that normally when I do these shows, I turn my phone off. But I have to leave it on for a very specific surprise for you, Adam. And I was going to save it for later in the show, but I think I should do it now so that I could turn off my phone. Turns out, Adam, you and Sam both have a huge fan that basically would not stop texting me today about all of the things that I needed to say to you. And I said, calm down, Cassandra. Just send me a video and I'll play it for Adam. So, that being said, now on the edited show, this will look better, but this is the way we have to do it for now. So here is your special video from Cassandra. Here we go.
Okay, we're on. Hi, everyone. First, I'm so sorry to come interrupt your podcast, but I just need to stop in and express my love for Sam. Sam and Adam, you were entertainment gold this season. You two were amazing. I'm missing you on my TV already, and you need to go on another TV show so I can watch more of you. Adam, Walt was the biggest Pretty Boys fan. He wanted to actually be one of the Pretty Boys. He talked about it all the time. He was obsessed. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The Pretty Boys were, they were the best alliance in Big Brother Canada history. So soak in all the love. Sam, you are made for TV. You are so beautiful. And Adam, get a ring on her finger already. Like, we are all dating. So anyway, soak in all the love you're getting right now. You guys deserve it. Enjoy life back in the real world. And I can't wait to meet you one day. Take care.
I love it. I love it, Cassandra.
Cassandra, such a huge Saddam fan.
I didn't realize. I did not realize that. I haven't been talking to her.
Oh, well, I was like, okay, I was like, Sandra, I'm busy. She's like, can you ask him this? Can you ask him this? Can you ask? I'm like, Sandra, just send me a video and I'll do it. Whatever you want.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I was a big fan of hers.
She seriously is the best, and I'm getting married soon. So there you go.
She is?
Yes, she is.
Whoa.
She is getting married. I mean, my invitation is lost in the mail apparently, but whatever. Okay.
Well, by the way that this is going, I could be married within the next couple of months.
Really? We might have to make Sam go away for the patron show, and then we'll ask some questions.
Maybe, yeah.
Let me take a question from Megan Swift, who wants to know, Adam, Anthony tried to separate you and Sam all game by trying to tell you that Sam was working to get you out. Was there any part of you that believed that?
I knew that eventually Sam might take me out, but it wouldn't be at the middle of the game. It wouldn't be at the start of the game. It would be at the end of the game. But by the way that our relationship was blossoming in the house, if we would have made it to Final 3, Final 4, I feel like, our connection would have been even bigger and we both would have taken each other to the finals. Anthony telling me this every single week. Sam wants you out. She's telling me this. She's telling you that. Maybe she's just doing this to, separate how close we actually are. But when it comes down to it, me and Sam's connection in there was like no other. And if somehow I would have won, she would have won, I would have won, and it went like that right to the end, I would have guaranteed taking Sam to the finale.
Yeah, and And I think that's what we all wanted to see, I have to say. I mean,
but that's like a big what if. Like a lot of things had to happen for that to happen.
it did. Now, let me try and condense because you're getting a ton of this basic concept of a question where I think this is where a lot of people, myself included, Adam, were mad at you.
What? What did I do?
We really wanted you and Kyra to really kind of work together and go after the pretty boys, kind of at that junction where Anthony came down and confronted Kyra. And not saying that you didn't have Kyra's back, because you did, and yes, obviously Kyra went after you, which was a nightmare. But do you, and we were mad at Kyra too. But do you think there was anything you could have done to kind of make Kyra feel more comfortable, or anything that you could have done to make her have more trust in you at that point in the game?
Most definitely. I think that if I worked on Kyra as hard as Dane and Anthony done, I definitely would have not been taken out. I know the boys were working on him hard, but I thought me and Kyra had something special. That whole that whole blow up after they put me on the block, maybe I shouldn't have lost my mind on them and told them that they're not going to win the game and whatnot. But, you know, I'm an emotional guy, and I was very heated, you know, but if I did work on Kyra, made them feel very safe with me, make them feel like I was going to final two with them, I probably would have been in the finale.
I like how you say you shouldn't have lost your temper. My favorite part was your Canadian losing your temper of yelling at the pretty boys and then walking up the stairs and hugging.
Yeah.
I was like, that was very Canadian.
I mean, the thought process in my head was Mark and Anthony is very invested in this lie. And no matter what I say up to this point, they're not going to fess up to it. So I've been with these boys 64 days. Was it 64 days, I think, at that time? You know, I love them to death. I can argue with them all day. I might as well just say, you know what? Let's just forget about it. Let's hug. Let's be men.
I mean, I think that's why we love a Canadian Big Brother. I mean, I feel like our U.S. Big Brother is a touch more nasty.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we appreciate the, you know, friendship for the most part. We like a little drama too of the Canadian version. Now, I also want to get this out of the way. I am sure you've all heard, but I promised everyone that I would ask all you pretty boys, so I'm going to ask you now too.
All right.
What was it like learning that your pretty boy symbol meant lesbian? Is that fun to learn? What, like, who told you? Who was the first one that told you?
I think, so I don't know, somebody mentioned it right at finale. They told me, and it blew my mind. I think that they were kind of telling us not to do this in the DR. But we kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it, and it stuck, but it is what it is, man. That's hilarious, though.
It is. It's very funny. Karen Elizabeth wants to know, what is the most shocking thing that you have learned about the game that you didn't know when you were in it? So was there anything that shocked you that you learned when you got out of the house?
Like after I watched it?
Yeah.
You know, the whole Sam situation, I was left in the dark big time about that. And, you know, Corey did make me believe that whatever her case was, she found out that Sam, you know, whatever. But after watching those episodes, it was all Dane, it was all Anthony, and they were pretty snaky about that. And I was left in the dark. So that surprised me a lot. But what pissed me off the most was the very next week, we were trying to get out Corey. And me and Dane was trying to get him out, and we kept Anthony in the dark, but Anthony was doing the same thing that I was doing, right? And he wanted to discuss it as a group and whatever, but when it's my girl, you know, I have to be left in the dark, and I'm the snake when I do it to his girl.
So, I mean, let me ask this. Again, you're getting this from a ton of people. What is your relationship like with Anthony now? We know we saw a video that Sam posted on Twitter a few days ago where she was like, Anthony, we need to talk. We've been watching, and Adam and I would like to talk. So, have you guys talked? What is the relationship like now?
I think we've been very, very busy ever since we got outside of the house, but I have been keeping in touch with Dane, Anthony, and Mark. We've texted a little bit. Anthony says he wants to come to St. John's to go to George Street Festival this summer. That house, you guys we say crazy things in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens in there, it's just a game. But in the outside world, we're going to be friends for a long time.
I love, and that is the Adam that I hope was going to come out of the house. Because, first of all, you need to be commended for, on your pre-season interviews, specifically the one you did with Ika, you literally told her, I want to go in, I want to form a 4-person alliance with guys, we're going to win everything, we're going to go all the way to the end, and then you achieved it.
I did, yeah.
You literally followed your entire path that you said you were going to go on in
Crazy.
Big Brother. So that was amazing. Let me take a question from Danielle Kidder, who wants to know, do you regret not telling Corey the truth about the backdoor plan now?
Yes, big time. We watched that whole thing, and I was very, very angry with that whole week of what happened. If I would have spoke up and manned up to it and said, it was all me and Dane, it wasn't Sam, maybe I would have went up on the block. Maybe the boys would have thought that they couldn't send me home at that time because they needed me to get further in the game. So definitely watching it, I definitely do regret not speaking up for Sam. I felt like she took a bullet for me, and I regret that a lot.
I want to take a question over from Twitter from Sunny1111, who says, Sunny711 says, in hindsight, if you had known that the other members of the Pretty Boys weren't actually loyal, they just said the word loyal a lot, and were plotting to get you out early had you not kept winning, would that have been something to make you turn on them?
1000%. The first night when we did our fist bump and we said, this is what we're doing, that's what I had in my head. I had no idea that these boys were wanting me out, until Anthony basically told me at top 4, top 5 that this is what's been happening the entire season. It blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
How I would have known that, Sam's HOH, Chelsea's HOH, we would have been taking the boys out.
Yeah, I think as a fan, as a fan, it's never super fun to watch one side totally dominate.
No, it's not.
The entire season, so we were kind of rooting for which one of you guys are going to go after the other ones. And you took us on that roller coaster, but then it didn't help. I guess they, went after you, which I also have to say, of course, as I'm sure you're aware, a huge feeling from so many people that sent in. I don't have a question, just tell Adam, watching you go through that, heartbreaking. I really think that was one of the moments, other than, Dane and his dad, that were very emotional for a lot of people watching this season.
Yeah.
Screw you, Anthony and Jake. No.
I know, man. They played a bit. They played a better social game, man. And Anthony's a wizard in that house, and the things that he done towards the end of the season, like watching it now, it blows my mind.
Mm-hmm. Destiny's wants to know, what is the first thing that you said to Sam when you saw her in jury?
First thing that I said, the first time I seen her was on the stage with Ika, and I think we just kissed. I told her I loved her, and yeah.
Okay. So right, that was the first time that you saw her. Since we're on Sam for a minute, I'm going to take this from President Petty, who says, Adam, is your best friend really dating Sam's best friend?
Oh,
how do these people know this?
So yeah, we get out of the finale show, and we see that our best friend Sarah and my best friend Danny is kind of hanging out. And first thing he tells me was they've kind of been chatting a little bit for the last month. And, we've all been hanging out, the 4 of us, ever since we've been home. So I think me and Sam is rooting for the 2 of them to work out so we can get a little Dara action going on.
Okay. Kayla G says, Cassandra video aside, what was it like realizing coming out of the house that you and Sam are fan favorites?
It is actually amazing. I did not think, I feel like a lot of people hate showmances, but there has been nothing but love for me and Sam, and it's overwhelming, and I'm very appreciative of all the love.
I mean, we saw the video that I think that was on your Twitter that you just posted where you were playing guitar and singing together.
Yeah.
If you are trying to make people lose their minds, Adam, you're doing a great job.
I was actually, Sam was out for lunch with her friend, and I was just jamming by myself, and she got home, and I asked her just to jump in and kind of sing a little bit with me, and, it was pretty cute.
I know I didn't tell you this ahead of time, but the patrons were like, you have to get Adam to sing on the patron show. I was like, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Becca wants to know, are you and Sam living together now? And are you keeping your East Coast shreds going?
Okay, so basically since we got out of the house, me and Sam has been tied to the hip. We do everything together. But I am renting a place in St. John's, but I have been basically living in her house ever since we got home. And by the way things are going, most likely I'm officially probably going to move in.
Okay.
And East Coast shreds?
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that since Sam kicked out Corey. So I don't know if that's dead or alive. We'll see.
What is the relationship like now with Corey as well? Like, is it just same thing? You haven't really talked since the show, or is it good?
I haven't spoken to Corey since jury.
I am just convinced that all of you guys are going to be best friends by Christmas. I say it every year, and by the way, I'm always correct.
Yeah?
Yes. And you guys are Canadian. I tell that to our Big Brother players. You guys are Canadian. I give you to, like, midsummer.
I'm sure once everything dies down, I'm sure we're all going to be talking. We're all going to be friends, and everything's going to be best guy.
Cammy, I'm going to take it from Cammy Forever, wants to know, why didn't you try and work with Damien more? You were both very loyal players and the duo that we fans deserved.
Well, I'm actually curious to why Damien never used his knowledge to kind of get in with the boys. I had a plan before I went in the house, and it was 4 guys, not 5 guys.
Right.
Damien was not part of that. So me seeing what he's seen in that finale show, how he's seen me talking to Dane about the 4-person guy alliance, obviously it wasn't Eddie, obviously it wasn't Maki, so he could have just put 2 and 2 together and be like, you know what, I know there's a 4-person guy alliance, I want in on it. Blah, 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 blah. He never done anything with that information. Had he used that information with me, we probably would have brought him in and...
But, I mean, oh my God. And I have such a horrible, short-term memory, which, yes, I consider your season to be in my short-term memory. You won first HOH, right?
Yeah.
So then you put him on the block. So don't you think that'd be a little weird conversation, Adam? Like, hey, thanks for putting me on the block, and by the way, I know about your alliance.
But I mean, later on in the season, you could use that.
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, I got a little cold right now, and my throat is killing me.
Would you like to go get a drink? I can entertain everyone. Yeah. Go ahead. Here, I'll hide you.
1 hour later.
Sorry about that, guys.
Don't die on us, Adam. This will be horrible. Were you all good now? You have your drink?
Yeah, my throat has been killing me for the last 3 days.
I could imagine that you guys would have to be talking non-stop.
We had 3 interviews today, and now this.
And this is totally the best one. Who else brought you Cassandra?
You.
And your fans. Okay. So Kayla G, going back, she's saying, so you were surprised that Damien didn't use his intel, and
yes.
and you were saying later on in the season. So we'll have to ask Damien that when he comes on. Why didn't he use that more? I
also do want to say something.
What? Go ahead.
If Damien walked in with Anthony first, Damien would have been a pretty good.
Why you gotta do that to us, Adam?
Because it honestly, me and Dane, we did a fist pump before we even walked into the house. That was number one. And Anthony and Mark was the first two guys, and I was like, fuck, perfect.
Yeah. Was there ever like a moment, because I know a lot of people have been asking this question too in different ways, was there ever a moment where you felt like, I should just go after Anthony, but something is holding me back? I mean, your gut, as we saw in the DRs and on the live feeds, you always kind of knew like you and Anthony were not meshing, that there was something that's not connecting. And you were correct. He was kind of, for the most part, always trying to get you out.
Yeah.
So, like, would anything have had to happen, I guess, for you to make that move against him, or would you just not have done it?
I mean, there was a lot of talk definitely about him wanting me out, but if he would have took a shot at me first, you know, maybe if he would have won something the whole season, and put me on the block, then yeah, I would have went after him. But you know, if that would have happened, there might have been another week like me and Mark where we were just kind of planning everything just to fool the house. And have I won, you know, POV on Anthony's, he would have turned it around like he wasn't actually going after me. There's a lot of what ifs.
BB Little Bit wants to know, Adam, has any members of the Brigade from BBUS reached out to you or any of the pretty boys?
Not to me personally, but I did have an interview after the finale, and somebody knew Matt Hoffman, and he told him to tell me that he was like keeping tabs on us the whole season, and he loved everything we done. So that was pretty cool.
I think you made him binge watch it. I feel like I saw a tweet from him that said, I'm actually watching Big Brother Canada because they're saying that they're, you know, trying to replicate the Brigade.
The Brigade 2.0.
Kayla also asked, the other part of her question was, what were you thinking during the argument between Kyra and Anthony? So, like, when that was all going down and Anthony was kind of calling Kyra out, what was going through your mind at that point?
Was that the one in the kitchen?
In the kitchen.
You know, Kyra was kind of telling me a lot of things about what Anthony was saying. Anthony was telling me a lot of things what Kyra was saying, so my throat's killing me.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to see where that was going to go, what was going to be said. So I just wanted to sit back, you know, eat some popcorn and enjoy the show.
So you're like, I'm enjoying the show. I'm going to let them go at each other. We do like it. We like to see a little bit of fighting. You guys didn't fight that much.
No, there was not much going on in that season.
There was not. What? Go ahead. Jackie Knows says, what does it feel like for the both of you kind of watching yourselves fall in love? It is an interesting situation that you find yourself in. Most people don't get the beginning of their relationships documented.
We love it. You know, the fans are actually crazy for the things that they put together, all the little clips, the songs, everything that goes with it. It's amazing watching us on TV. I'm not going to lie.
Would you ever play again? And if you would you change up your strategy in any way? That's from Big Brother BB.
I would go back in the Big Brother house tomorrow.
Okay.
As for my strategy, obviously that's not going to work again. Maybe I could do like alliance with 3 girls and myself and get them to get very close with 3 boys.
Oh.
Whoa.
Is Sam going to allow that?
Sam's bringing me tea right now, maybe.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
Sam, he needs like a lozenge.
I know. He's dying. I can hear him down there. I'm like,
my throat is so bad.
You'll be okay.
Yay. Nikki P wants to know, what is your most favorite thing that has happened to you since being off of the show? So have you had any like fan interaction, or was there I think you went to the alumni weekend. Was there like anything that you sticks out as your favorite moment from something that has happened since you've got off the show? Or since
Honestly, just starting my life with Sam.
Starting your life with Sam.
Getting home and seeing how close our families have been together, it's amazing.
Lost and Confused wants to know, if you were asked to go back, now we know that you would go back, but you had to be part of a dynamic duo twist, who would you choose as your partner, Dane or Sam?
Oh, shit. That's a tough question, man. That is a tough question. Sam is very good. She knows what's going on. She has a good intuition. I feel like if you can use that to your advantage. Mm-hmm. Dane is very, very good at lying, very good at competitions. Mm-hmm. Whoa, I'd have to pick Sam, man. She'd be choked if I didn't choose her.
Yeah, I was going to say that's easy. You pick the person that you're living with at the time.
Yeah. I love you, Dane.
Do you like not having Visine in the tea that she just brought you? Then that's who you pick, Adam. That is an easy one. Yeah. Do you think, you got this from a lot of people, but I'll just ask it this way. Do you ultimately think that your loyalty to the idea of the Pretty Boys, which you did create, is what ultimately cost you your game?
Oh, 100%. I had a feeling that they were going to go after me, but I didn't want to believe it. I wanted them to be loyal right to the end. They kept telling me that we were going to be loyal right to the end. And me believing that bit me in the ass. I should have just trusted my gut and tried to pull some other strings.
So, Lanny Joy 25 wants to know, if you had a pick in the beginning of the season, I mean, obviously we know how it ended now, but if you could have picked, have your alliance be this legendary alliance in Big Brother history, or win the game, would you have still chosen Legendary Alliance?
Oh, that's another tough question. So, I did talk a lot about the money not being what I'm going in the show for, because I respect this game a lot.
Right.
I wanted to go in and change the game, and I feel like I've done that. I feel like this was the first time that 4 guys went to top 4 and started their alliance for the first 20 minutes. I felt like when I left, I walked out of there and I was seen as a very, very good player, probably the best player that went into that house. So I think that I would just, I'd want to have a Legendary Alliance, to be honest.
I think Legendary Alliance is good too, because I also feel your chances of winning the game the first go round is 1 in whatever many people are playing. However, I feel like if you can get Canada and production to love you and create something great, then there's a really good chance that you'll play again, and then you know the game.
Yep.
And then you're usually protected a little bit. In our Big Brother.
And $100,000, you can make $100,000, no problem in the outside world.
Seriously. I want to take another question. It is from Sunny as well, but I do love it, and you were asked it by a few people from Twitter. Sunny wants to know, do you feel not being able to play veto changed the game at all? So this season, obviously, HOH is not being able to play veto.
Well, for me personally, like in my game, I don't think it would have changed much because the first week there was no veto.
Right.
The spaced out one, that's basically luck. It's not me beasting the whole competition. That was like a 20-second competition. Mm-hmm. So the only one I really would have had a chance of winning was minor delay, and that week never really hurt my game at all. So for me, it never changed, but it was definitely a big impact on the game.
And any veto you were in, I feel like you won. I feel like you were a competition beast, obviously, in the game.
I surprised myself a lot in that house.
Yeah. Yes. Courtney J says, if Damien or Maki, so you said that if Damien would have come in before Anthony, you would have brought Damien into the Pretty Boys. If Maki had come in before Anthony, would you have brought Maki into the Pretty Boys?
I don't think so, because I didn't know what to expect when that guy walked into the doors. I was like, whoa. The other, Anthony, Dane, and Mark, they seem like guys that I would click with in the outside world. So, no for Maki.
Okay. Y5, it's Carly, seems very upset with this question. And she wants to know, why, Adam, did you tell everyone in the house that you and Sam did not have your first kiss in the house when, in fact, liar, you did many times?
Well, I think Sam was worried a lot about us, getting closer and putting a target on our back. So it started out with us kind of kissing behind closed doors just so people wouldn't see that. But it just came to like more of a game, like how long can we go without people seeing us kiss? Mm-hmm. And we went to day 17 and Chelsea walked in.
Right.
But they kept it a secret, and, they did tell Kyra, but everybody else in the house, the first time they seen us kiss was when Sam left, day 41.
I mean, I have to say, there is not many times I feel like when I watch Big Brother that I actually laugh out loud, but literally you throwing Sam off of you in that HOH room is probably in the top 5 of my favorite ever Big Brother moments.
Hilarious. We watched that clip over and over and over, and it never gets old.
No, it really doesn't. It really is my favorite moment. Damien C wants to know, where would you have gone on the trip if you won it?
I've always wanted to go to Thailand, so I think I would have went there for sure.
Oh, I know. I know somebody that frequents Thailand several times a year, and always on amazing deals. So next time there's another amazing Thailand deal, I will tell you. It's Carly Wade wants to know, how long would you say it took you to complete your secret assassin mission? So did you feel like that went on for a long time? Was it a quick thing?
I'd say about 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. I found the black flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had to find something, obviously, and then I looked around. I found 7429, a star, and an X. So I'm like, okay, there's not. I looked through the boxes first. I looked through every single file. Could not find nothing. I'm like, okay, what am I missing here? So I keep looking, and I found the secret little door. Pull it out, and then it's a code. So I just kept punching in codes, and I cracked it. And I'd say about 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. Okay, perfect. Erica, the KABG says, Adam, since you are a huge Big Brother fan, not just of your Big Brother, but of our Big Brother as well, who is your favorite past house guest or house guests? And did you model your game after anyone specifically?
In Canada or the US?
Yeah, out of both. Well, fine, let's do each one. Who is your favorite from Canada? And you can pick more than one if you have.
Favorite from Canada was definitely Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin and Dimitri, for sure. Did I do their game? Maybe not Kevin's. I feel like Dimitri just beats through the whole season. So, yeah. But in the U.S., my favorite is definitely Dan Giesling and Derek. I definitely never did a game like theirs, but the Brigade I loved, and I watched that season probably 3 times before I went into the house. So I definitely done what they done.
Right. Okay. Steph9710 wants to know, if you were in the final 3, like you said, with the Pretty Boys, but then Sam, would you have taken Do you think that you would have taken Sam all the way? Would Sam have been, if you could have gotten to the 4 with Sam, so let's just say we switched out Sam for Mark.
And like I had like the veto to send someone home, or was I HOH? Like what's?
Let's just say you're the HOA. No, you have
I'm the veto holder.
You can send someone home.
Yeah. I would have kept Sam.
You would have kept Sam, yeah. I think you would have kept Sam too. Mary E wants to know, why did you not try to finesse Kyra the way Dane would have, and then perhaps you would have been able to make it into the final 3. What specifically? Because I know you said you should have done that, but is there anything specifically that you feel you could have done to win Kyra back over?
I feel like I could have won Kyra over if I really tried hard. I feel like that blow up with Kyra, it hurt me a lot, but the boys were building me up the entire week, saying, it's going to be a pretty top 3, boys till the end, whatever. And like, we talked about it like constantly. So I thought that, I was going to be safe with the boys. I really did believe that, but it never worked out that way.
Melanie wants to know how, Melanie Mage 65 wants to know, how hard was it for you to keep your eye on the prize after Sam left? I mean, a lot of the pretty boys thought they needed to get Sam out to get you to refocus on the game. Do you feel Sam leaving did, in fact, get you to refocus on the game?
1000%. The entire game, the playing with Sam, I wasn't playing worrying about myself. I was playing to make sure that Sam stayed in the game, make sure she didn't go on the block. So there was a lot of pressure on me because of Sam. So when Sam left, I felt like there was a weight taken off my shoulders, and I could focus on my game and focus on the boys a lot more. So yeah, they were right in a sense, but I definitely thought that she should have stayed.
It's Carly Wade also wants to know, did you have a final 2 speech prepared? So that's like her part 1. Did you have a final 2 speech prepared? Like, were you preparing something for if you had made it there?
There is so much downtime in that house, like tons of downtime. I was top 4. No, I never had a final 2 speech prepared, but if I would have got there, there's so much time to work on a speach. I would have had one prepared.
Well, the other part of her question was, can we hear it if you did? So
I never even thought about it. So
no, that makes sense. I would not work on it until I made it there anyway, because
you got to be like, you have to be studying your days nonstop, not worrying about your speech.
Lindsay wants to know, did it surprise you that Anthony did not seem to, well, I don't think it does seem, he has said it, he didn't feel he needed to study the days? As a huge fan of Big Brother like you are, that understand how important that is in the end game, did it surprise you that he didn't seem to care about learning them and studying them?
Well, in the house, Anthony did come to me a lot and ask for help with his days. Mm-hmm. I thought he was actually trying. I thought maybe he just couldn't get it down pat. But now that I'm watching the season back, he talks a lot about, I don't need to do this, I don't need to do that. My social game is going to take me right to the end. But actually being in that house with Anthony, he was studying days with Corey, he was studying days with Dane, he was doing it with me. But maybe that was all just an act to make us believe that he really wanted to learn his days.
Do you want to know the answer?
Sure.
Because we asked Anthony this, and he actually answers it in the interview that we did with him, I guess, on Saturday. Well, I'll tell you after, Adam. Everyone else will have to go watch the Anthony show. It's on our website, yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. Melanie, I'm sorry, not Melanie. Courtney J wants to know, what was your reason for putting Damien up week 1?
Week 1, the reason I tried it for this game 5 times. I worked very, very hard to get here, and the first conversation we had, and it was probably one of the only ones we had that week. He tells me right away, my girlfriend saw me out for the show. I don't even know about this game, like whatever. It was just like whatever to him. So me being a fan, I'm like, what the fuck? I've been trying out for a very long time, and you just like got pushed in the house. So that kind of pissed me off. in that first week, I had no reason to put anybody in the block. I didn't know anybody. So that was the only reason to put anybody on the block besides from Laura.
Okay. SoCal Mari wants to know, going back to what you were just saying, what was your technique for studying the days?
I would just go from day 1 to the end, and I would go from the end to day 1, and then I would quiz myself. What happened to week 6? Who was HOH on week 7? The on a roll. What week was that? I would just quiz myself, and I would sit there for hours and just do that.
Did it surprise you, like, when you were watching the show back? Did you see the competition where, were you in it? The one where, you were in it when they were trying to throw it? When you guys were, I think Dane was hosting, and of course I forget which one it was. Was that the one that Kyra won? That was an HOH, wasn't it?
Yeah, we need an answer. I definitely did not try to throw that.
You did not, because...
I choked hard on that one, and it was pretty funny watching myself answer some of those questions.
Really? So it was just the pressure of that competition.
Yeah, definitely the pressure of that competition. I don't know if the other boards are trying to throw that, but we should have just relaxed and took a minute to think about it, and I could have got every single question right have I had more time to actually think about it and look at the answers, but we were all just trying to beat each other for some stupid reason.
Actually, I did not even realize that we are so almost out of time, because we have so many questions for you. So, let me just remind everybody, Sam is going to be on tomorrow. I have a feeling Adam will be around during that as well.
I will be.
So make sure you guys, become a fan here so that you're alerted when Sam goes live, and of course all the other house guests as well. And then we're going to go over your social media. Let me ask, because I saw a lot of people asking, Adam, we love your singing videos. Is there any chance you'll do a collaboration with Damien and Kiki?
Maybe if I come to BC. They're both out that way, and we can definitely do something. But I think me and Sam will probably do a full song together before that happens.
Okay, so we definitely want to see a song from both of you guys for that. Let me ask would you ever do Survivor?
Yeah.
Would you ever do Amazing Race?
1,000% Amazing Race. I think me and Sam are actually going to try out for that.
Okay, now, that being said, you can't pick Sam to be your partner on The Amazing Race. Who are you picking?
Dane.
Okay, you can't pick any of the pretty boys. Who are you picking?
My best friend, Danny.
Perfect. Love that. I love that answer. Lost in King Cruz wants to know, are there any previous competitions that you wish you could have been a part of? So like a competition from a previous season, or is there just any, as a huge Big Brother fan, is there anything that you wish I could have played in that?
I think there was the one last year where they were holding on to the wall, and it was kind of like adjusting forward and back, and they were going to splash with water, and it was like an endurance competition, and we were kind of hoping for one of those this whole season. Definitely that one.
New Jersey Girl wants to know, since you are a big fan of the game, are you surprised by how much the live feeders actually knew? So you were a fan of the game, but were you, I think, a live feed watcher was what she was asking.
No, I was a big fan of the show, but I never really got into the live feeds. It just wasn't something I thought that you needed to watch. But now being in the house and knowing what I know, you definitely need to watch the live feeds.
Okay. I also saw some people in the chat are saying that you now might be having an issue where it is flashing. I'll just let you guys know this show is going to be edited and in all its HD glory everywhere on all your favorite social media websites tomorrow. So if you are having an issue, it is just temporary. I don't think it's anything bad, but I'm just letting them know. Of course, you guys can watch it back in a little bit. There will be no problems. Megan wants to know, If you knew about the relationship that you and Sam would have had before you made the PB alliance, do you think you still would have done everything the same? So I guess if it wasn't really your plan going in and you kind of met Sam and started having feelings for her, but then the Pretty Boys Alliance was brought to you, do you think you still would have went along with the alliance over it?
So I never had the plan going into the house, and then, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, that's what Megan is saying.
I have no idea. That's a tough question. If me and Sam got close right away and there was no Pretty Boys Alliance, I think the way the game would have worked out was me, Sam, and Chelsea and Kyra would have been super tight. I wouldn't have had that alliance. Kyra, Sam, and Chelsea wouldn't have questioned me. I would have been very loyal to them. And, we probably would have dominated the game because I won a lot of competitions. Sam and Chelsea won. Who knows?
Is there anybody in the game that you wish you could have worked with more?
Chelsea.
Chelsea?
Yeah, because me and Sam and Chelsea, we were very tight, and Chelsea was a smart girl, and I know that she would have done better in competition moving forward. I didn't want her to leave when she did, so I wish she would have stayed in the game, so me and Sam would have worked with her as well.
Maximus Mom, who is a very scary person on Twitter, wants to know what would you consider your best and worst game moves?
Well, obviously my best game move was making the Pretty Boys. Made it top 4. My worst game move was being so confident with Corey, thinking that me and Sam were going to be safe that week. Have I known that Sam was going to be going home that week, I would still be holding on to that pipe today. It bit me in the ass, just how Kiki left and put the heat on Dane, and we felt very good with Corey. I thought that, I can drop, me and Sam both play next week, and maybe one of us can win, but that's my worst game move, 1,000%.
Diane BB Feeds fan wants to know, have you stopped smoking now that you're out of the house? You promised us that you would.
No. I wanted to quit, and I keep asking Sam to quit, and we haven't quit yet.
Look, as somebody that quit smoking, and it was one of the hardest things that I've ever done, and then I started again, and then I stopped it. It's been a nightmare. But vaping helps, number one. But I think for you, if it would help you get through it, I think the inspiration that you would be for people knowing, like, Adam and Sam quit smoking, then I definitely can. Not that helps when you really just want a fucking cigarette.
I've quit smoking many times before. Once I get back into the gym, I start playing basketball, and summer comes around. I'm like, why am I smoking? It's only a matter of time.
Susan White wants to know, everyone saw you as a comp beast all season. Do you wish that you would have thrown some of the comps you won, or do you feel that you would have been gone sooner had you not won those comps?
I definitely should not have thrown. I'm not that person. I want to win everything I possibly can. I don't know how to not try to win. Have I thrown or have I not won those competitions? I honestly have no idea. The boys might have tried to get me out. I really don't know.
And I'm going to take 2 more questions. Were you shocked? You got this from a lot of people. Were you shocked to find out that Sam's family and friends had already met each other before you guys already got out of the house? They were having viewing parties. Like, what was it like to find out that the families had already started, and friends had started interacting with each other?
Me and Sam are very blessed that happened. After finale, our families were already close, and her family's amazing, my family's amazing, and we're getting along great, and we're very blessed.
I have a feeling you don't, because I know that you're almost done with the season, but I like to ask people at the end this question from Melanie, who says, is there any question that you have for us, or specifically live feed updaters? Everybody who's here watching are like die-hard live feeders. Is there anything that, as you were watching, was there any question that you were like, oh, I wonder what this or that could have been? And you don't have to have one, just...
I got one.
Okay.
Do anybody know when I used to tell Sam I'm going to find my microphone? Does anybody know what that means?
Oh, does anybody know what you're going to find your microphone means? All right, well, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, well, somebody said yes, but then didn't say what it is. Oh, Mary E. thinks it means you were going to talk to the pretty boys.
No.
Kayla thinks it means that the cameras were off of you guys.
No.
Then a lot of people are saying it means something dirty.
No.
No. Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, Maximus' mom, being disgusting as always, says it means you had to go to the bathroom?
No.
Okay. Okay, we give up. What does it mean?
I can't tell you. I just wanted to know if you guys want to
You're
know.
not even going to tell us, Adam?
No, it's a mystery.
Oh, then I think we guessed it correctly now and you just don't want to tell us.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh, we are getting it out of you.
But I used to say it to Sam a lot.
Okay, we're getting it out of you in the patron show, number 1. And now number
see.
2, I don't think you understood the question, Adam. It was, did you need anything clarified from live feed?
No,
because you know
I thought you wanted to know if I had a question.
Oh, got you. No. I love it. Okay, final question, Adam. Is there anything that you learned about yourself coming out of this Big Brother experience that you didn't know about yourself before you started playing this game?
Probably how much your friends and family means to you. You know, I never gave them enough time before I went into that house. I kind of just was always on my own, doing my own thing. Never picked up the phone enough to call my mom or my friends. And going in there and making those connections with those people with no cell phones, no nothing, and you're just connected with these people. Yeah, you definitely have to do that in the outside world a lot more than most people do.
Well, all right, Adam. Actually, you know what? I want to give you full screen to talk to your fans. But first, let me just remind everybody really quickly again, if you guys missed any of our previous shows, they're over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bbcan. For this season, for any of the previous 6 seasons of Big Brother Canada, you can see all of our shows over there. Of course, if you wanted to watch us do these shows live, you should have been following us on YouNow. Just head to yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. Become a fan. It's completely free. You can hang out in the chat room when we're live, interact with everyone, get alerted when we go live. We're live every single night of the week. Tomorrow night we'll be live with Sam. Then it's our Amazing Race recap show. I have a feeling maybe we might see Rachel. We have Esty on Friday, then Mark and Damien over the weekend, then of course the rest of the house guests the following week. They keep coming for you guys, so make sure you fan us over there if you haven't yet. Of course, if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only Facebook group, weekly shows just for patrons, prize giveaways, and of course, the after shows with the house guests where all the tea is spilled. Right, maybe not all the tea is spilled, but it is where we have one-on-one time with them and they can talk and share stuff that maybe we don't share on the public shows. And that's because patrons know it's Fight Club rules. And what we talk about in the patron show stays in the patron show, or else you get kicked out of the patron group and we shun you publicly. But no, it is really a great way to help support our shows, or you could always just do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Without your guys' financial support, we can't keep these shows going into Big Brother 21, so we hope that you guys will do that. Other ways you can help support the show is if you are watching on YouTube, thumbs up and subscribe, hit that bell, leave a comment below. That is so important, as is leaving a 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes. Or if you have any Amazon shopping to do, use our link, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon, to start your shopping, or click the ad in the sidebar of our website. Any of the ads really is a big help. Of course, if you're into late night gaming, check us out after midnights over on Twitch, yourrealityrecaps.com/Twitch. We appreciate your guys' help so much. I know you might skip over these parts, but I can't stress enough that your support on social media, sharing our stuff, liking, supporting financially is the way that we can keep these shows going. So we hope you guys will consider it if you've loved what we've done or the live feed updaters have done all season and will hopefully continue to do into Big Brother 21. All right, that being said, Adam, I'm going to give you full screen now to say what you want to say to your fans.
Okay, I just want you guys to know that, if you don't think that you're right for the show, or you're too afraid to try out for the show, just try out. I tried out 5 years in a row, and I honestly didn't think that I was going to make it. And have I not made it this year, I would have tried out next year. I would have tried out the next year. But the one thing you have to do going through each year, do not change anything about yourself. Just be yourself, be full of energy, and come in to the tryouts the same way you did last year. And just believe in yourself, and if you have a dream, just keep following that dream. I did that, and 5 years later it worked out for me. I went into that Big Brother house, I changed the way the game was played, and people respect me because of that.
I love it. Now look, obviously we could not even get to all of your questions, but if people want to keep asking you questions, where do you want them to follow you on social media? What are you using the most?
I think that I'm using Instagram the most.
Okay.
It's Adam Pike 444. Me and Sam have been trying very hard to actually respond to every single person, but it's been a lot. It's been crazy, but I do go in my inbox and I do respond to people as much as I possibly can. So if you want to reach me, Instagram. I'm not big on Twitter. This is my first time using it since I've been out of the house, but you can follow me on there as well. It's Adam BBCan7, I think. Or Adam Pike BBCan7.
It is right above you. I will put the links to all of Adam's social medias below this show on the edited version. So if you're watching this back in the future, all the links to Adam's socials will be below. Congratulations to Brandy, who is your #1 fan on this show. Congratulations. Whoa. Brandy. Patrons, we will see all of you guys in a few minutes. Everybody else, I will see you guys tomorrow here at 7 p.m. Eastern with Sam. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye.
See you later, guys.